bunch of stuff. Um, so yeah, today I'm gonna go over my Christmas music haul. Because you guys will be seeing this on Christmas, so if you're watching, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a great one. And if you got any cool vinyl or CDs or whatever it may be, tell me in the comments below. So, first things first, we're gonna start off with what friends and family got me. So, my girlfriend got me the new Billie Eilish record, which is pretty cool. Really dig this release this year. Um, One of my favorites, some great songs in here like Wildflower and The Diner. And just like, this sounds so good on CD. That's the thing, like, I've bought more CDs this year than I think ever, just because of, the vinyl prices and all of that, but I really like grew up with CDs and stuff like that, so it's really cool to like just go back into it. Like I've always bought CDs and stuff like that, especially when I was a kid, and I have over the years, in high school when I was buying records, tapes, and CDs, but really in the past 2 years I've been buying a lot more, like 90%-ish. Certain releases I'll buy on vinyl, like Clancy from 21 Pilots. But yeah, the next CD or album that I got is from a friend, and it is the latest record by Troye Sivan, and this record's really good. Um, it's just such a well-produced record. One of my favorites. I know this one came out last year, but there's so many great songs in here, like Honey, Rush. One of Your Girls is like one of my absolute favorite songs from this decade. A great, great song. There's just some fantastic cuts in here, man. And I was playing this the other day. It slaps, dude, on CD. And that's the thing with like modern CDs; they're so good. And this one, my one of my best friends just dropped this off to me. So they got me the deluxe edition of Brat, which, you know, Brat, Brat's iconic, dude. This is like one of those landmark records. Like, where were you when this came out? You know what I mean? Great, great album. Spring Breakers, Rewind, um, Club Classics, dude. Just banger after banger. I've loved this from the minute it came out, and really cool to have this. Um, you know, super cool. So, next album that I got was also from a friend, and they knew how much I love the Rolling Stones. As you can see in the background, got some posters. And it is a Japanese import of Let It Bleed. How cool, check that out, man. Um, I absolutely love the Stones, grew up with them. I'll do a separate video on my Stones collection, it's insane. Got about 20 records and like 15 CDs, been collecting them forever. Um, so yeah, this sounds great, like really good sounding CD. Um, you know, this is a touch mark for a band like Touchstone. You just have all these great songs in here, a lot of like classics like Midnight Rambler, Give Me Shelter, You Can't Always Get What You Want. My favorite though, Live With Me, it's probably my favorite since I first heard this record when I was like 12, 13, and dude, the Stones are one of the greatest bands ever. So those are what friends and family got me. And if there's any more, because I'm making this video like 2 days before Christmas, I'll make another video about it. But this stack right here is all stuff that I got at the music store as a Christmas gift. So first off, got this really cool Led Zeppelin comp, early days and later days. I don't have a lot of Zeppelin in my collection. I mean, I have a few records. I have Physical Graffiti on CD, but I don't have any like retro spectives or collections. So I got this because I want to get the original 1990 CD box set or whatever, or not original, but the remasters box set. Just because I've heard a lot of people talk about those. Although I know in recent years the ultimate box set came out in '08, or the definitive, with the cool like die cut digipacks and all that. But I'd rather have jewel case, man. I'm more of a jewel case kind of guy. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because if it's a digipack or a jewel case, I'm gonna play it, But some really cool stuff on here. I'm excited to sit down and listen to this. Some of my favorite songs are on here, like All My Love and Rock and Roll. The song remains the same. Can't go wrong with some Zeppelin, dude. One of the best bands ever. The next album that I got, Aerosmith, A Little South of Sanity, man. Dude, this record is insane. I've been listening to this recently, been getting back into Aerosmith, so I had to pick it up, man, for $4. Dude, it's got my favorite era of Aerosmith. Like, I'm a big 80s, 90s Aerosmith guy, because that's what I heard on the radio as a kid. Dude, like, they're one of the greatest bands. I'm gonna say that about a lot of these older bands, but, like, it's true, man. You can't go wrong with any Aerosmith. It's between this or Live Bootleg, and I almost got Live Bootleg, but I want to get that on vinyl since that came out in '78. But yeah, man, a great 2 CD set. Dude looks like a lady. The song about Motley Crue, and all of that. Back in the Saddle, Janie's Got a Gun, Living on the Edge, man. Like active rock radio staples, or rock radio staples, man. That's what this has on it, so that's super cool. Next record I got, Skid Row, man. Self-titled, iconic record, man. I've been going back recently because I'm working on my next solo record, so I've been going back to like this kind of stuff, like grunge and hard rock and hair metal. As people affectionately call this kind of music. Dude, 18 in Life, great song, and I love this record, dude. I'll put it on, jam out. Sebastian Bach is one of the greatest to ever do it. I know he's a little bit crazy, but, that man can sing, dude. Next record I got is And Justice for All by Metallica, and I got this at Walmart for like $5, and I figured why not. Brand new CD for $5, trying to get into Metallica more because, I've really only gotten Load, Reload, Black Album, that kind of stuff. I've kind of skipped over the classic stuff, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm excited to play this one. I played a little bit of it. Sounds great. I'll do a setup tour here soon, so you guys will see my full setup. But yeah, man, dude. One, as basic as it is to call one of their big hits a highlight, that song is just insane. I think my favorite is Harvester of Sorrow. That's just like one that I've heard a lot over the years. So yeah, and with these I always put the hype stickers on the back. But yeah, so we got a few more, and then we got some other extra bits and pieces here. So we got Soundgarden, Down on the Upside. Got this the other day. Love Soundgarden, man. Just one of those grunge bands that I really got into when I got into grunge when I was like 13. It's so sad that Chris Cornell isn't with us. like out of voice like no other, man. Like this record's great. You've got a lot of their, hits on here. You got Ty Cobb, Heavy Moods, Burden in My Hand, Blow Up the Outside World, man, classic songs. But for me, Overfloater and like Zero Chance are some of the big highlights on here. I was playing this the other night, loved it. It sounded so awesome, man. And I was really like hyped to find this. Still sealed. This is an OG CD copy from like when it came out back in '96. Found this at Barnes and Noble. You can find some cool stuff there. This next one I didn't find at Barnes and Noble. Found it at my local CD store or one of my local record stores, and that is Pearl Jam's Live on Two Legs. I've been trying to get back into Pearl Jam and stuff like that because it's been a minute. And this year they came out with Dark Matter, which is a great record within itself. And recently I've been going back down the grunge rabbit hole, and you guys will see here in a little bit why that's the case. But dude, there's some great performances on here. Some of my favorites on here. I mean, my favorite Pearl Jam song of all time is on here, and then it's Do the Evolution. I love that song. I love the little choir part that's in it, which is sick. There's just a lot of awesome stuff on here, and Pearl Jam is such a great live band. And I love the packaging. The packaging is really cool. Posters from that era. So that's super cool. But the next record I got, R.E.M's Monster. The story with this is kind of like bittersweet because Kurt was, they're trying to get Kurt on it. And of course, sadly, Kurt passed away. But one of my favorite records of all time. This is like definitely my top 10. What's the Frequency Kenneth, Crush with Eyeliner, Star 69, Bang and Blame. But the song about Kurt, Let Me In, which I think that's the one. God, dude, it's so emotional. Like, Kurt, like, means the world to me, man. Like, his art means the world to me, like a bunch of other people. And I can only imagine when, Michael Stipe and the rest of R.E.M. felt, when he passed during the making of this record, man. Like, I've lost friends before. I couldn't imagine that, which, that had to be, like, horrible. But this record, great record. The guitar tones are awesome. It's like a proper, like, R.E.M. grungy kind of record. I wouldn't fully call this grunge, but like grunge adjacent. It's their most, like, one of their most brash sounding records, and I love that. To me, it's their best record. And I know New Adventures in Hi-Fi exists, and Automatic for the People, those are iconic too. But for me, always this one. I always go back to it. I think because of the cover. The cover is so striking and cool. But the last album that I picked up by one of my favorite bands of all time, Smashing Pumpkins, and their Greatest Hits collection. Now, I've been on the search for an OG copy of Melancholy and Infinite Sadness on CD, which, you can find it on eBay and stuff like that, but it's one of those things that I want to find at the record store or a record store, and I haven't found it recently, so I figured I'd settle for this, as I already have Siamese Dream and a couple of other records, and this just bridges the gap, man. You get stuff on here from Adore and Machina and all that stuff, which is cool, but you get the big radio hits. One of my favorite songs of all time, Drown, which is super cool. And you get two new songs, Real Love and Untitled, previously unreleased, as it says here. This is just a really cool collection, and I'm gonna play this one today, which I'm excited about. So, yeah, so before we get to the big one, the big item, I figure I'll show off some music books I got for Christmas. So my girlfriend got me this book on 1975, and the 1975 are like my favorite band of all time. And so far, this is a really good read. Very introspective. Talks about the different eras of the band, which is really cool. So I've been absolutely loving this, and I'm using some cards that I got from the 1975 fanzine as bookmark, which is pretty cool. And then this one I've wanted to read for a minute, and that is Heavier Than Heaven, the book on Kurt. I'm gonna start reading this today. Pretty happy about that. Pretty excited about it. Um, Kurt, is one of my absolute favorite people ever, man. He just fascinates me as an artist. A lot of the home demo stuff is like insane, dude. I just did a cover on Do Re Mi not too long ago, which, love that song. They'll be coming out soon. Figure I'll announce that on here since I'll probably have already announced it on Instagram by the time this video comes out. But yeah, I did a cover of Do Re Mi, one of my favorite songs, and it's one of those things that's like, so crazy. Like, that song has some crazy magic, and that's where we go with this. This was the big one, the Nirvana with the Late Sound box set, and this is a set that I've wanted forever since I was like, 13. I got into Nirvana when I was like 12. They were like everything for me, and so from like 7th grade to like freshman year of high school, I was like the biggest, grunge fanatic on earth, and this was always one of those things that I wanted. I wanted to find it at a record store, and back then this was kind of expensive, dude. Like, these were like $80 on eBay back in like 2017, 2018, and like, yeah, it's on streaming. A lot of people say like, oh, you can listen to all this stuff on streaming and all that, and I like to have a connection with art, and a lot of the times, some of these CDs and albums come with bonus tracks and other, stuff, and that's just a whole other debate for another time. But with this, I always wanted this. I've always wanted to find this, or um, this was like one of those things that I wanted for my collection since day one, and my girlfriend got it for me for Christmas, which is awesome. And I love this. I spent so much time listening to this over the past few weeks, just digesting it, and it blows my mind, all the great stuff on here. I had the Sliver Best of the Box comp CD, so I had some of the stuff on here already, and I played that thing so many times over the years. But this is like one of the greatest, like, I guess I don't know if you can call it an anthology series, but I'll call it an anthology series. But this is one of the best anthologies you can get. There's so much cool stuff on here, and the crazy thing is there's so much more stuff that was left off of this, and I think I'm going to do a separate video on that at some point, because someone on Reddit, put out a whole bunch of like unreleased Nirvana rarities that I guess were supposed to go in this, and I think that's something I'll make a video on in the future. But yeah, so I got a bunch of albums for Christmas. I mean, that's like perfect for me, man. I absolutely love, being able to go to the CD store or record store and just hang out and, get the vibe of the place, pick out some great music, go home, play said great music, and have a good time. But yeah, I've been away for a while, so um, I'm gonna be, popping in here every so often when I can on this channel. Um, I've been inspired recently by some great content creators to come back and do these kind of videos. One of which, Brendan Snyder, who I've been, watching a lot of his box set reviews and sound exchange sessions, which are always fun. So I want to do stuff like that, you know what I mean, where I go, show you guys what I got at a CD store or what I got in general. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and a happy holidays. Um, yeah, bring on 2025, man. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be a couple more videos after this. I got a really cool one coming up, and then we'll probably do like a setup tour or something. Or maybe I'll do my best albums of 2024. Sorry. Oh my god. But yeah, that's all, guys. Catch you on the flip side.